Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. I've got a couple of things to show you guys today. First and foremost is this really interesting piece of UFO footage. It's a clip from the International Space Station giving us a beautiful view, breathtaking, of the Aurora Australis lights in the southern hemisphere. Now, mind you guys, this is time-lapse footage. However, it isn't fast enough to where we can't see some of the anomalous objects moving through space in the distance. And so I wanted you guys to watch it first as you did in the beginning, see if you could spot them and how many you could spot. And so now we're going to go one by one through some of the strange things seen in this clip. So the first thing that kind of struck my attention was this blue glowing object that looks to almost materialize out of nowhere and then immediately shoot downwards in the opposite direction. So I'm playing you the slowed down version here. You know, at first I thought, well, maybe a reflection, but the way this thing is moving, I don't know, and I'm not sure exactly what could be causing the reflection, if indeed that is what it is. Another strange thing that occurs just as this blue thing appears and then darts away is that immediately in the background, in the same general area that this blue object, it almost looks like two objects, appears. Look in the distance, moving across the sky on what looks like the other side of the planet. You notice a reflective object appear just as the blue object vanishes. So I'm showing you a zoomed in clip here. I'll slow it down. Here's the blue object, and then boom, here's the other one moving through the sky before vanishing into the darkness. So then the footage plays on for a moment, and all seems quiet. There are a few points, a few anomalies, some lights that appear, some blinking in the distance, as you're seeing here in this close-up. And then finally, as the camera starts to move away from the aurora, we get a beautifully clean shot of an object coming from what looks like outer space, okay? This thing does not look to come over the Earth as if it's orbiting. This thing comes straight from the left, in the opposite direction of the Earth, and we see it pretty much for its entirety as it moves through space, before once again disappearing into the darkness. I'm not sure if it's turning or changing directions, but it all goes dark. And so here's what I've noticed about these UFOs, at least the ones that we know are definite objects moving through space. The blue object, that's a toss-up, but it is strange the way this thing moves and then darts out. And then we see the UFO appear behind it in the distance. So what I've thought, and as I've looked at these two UFOs that we see flying, they appear to me to be on the other side of the planet, or at least way in the distance. And at this distance, you say to yourself, okay, well, what if these could be satellites? Fair enough. But a satellite at this distance, it'd be so small that you wouldn't even be able to detect it, especially at this resolution. The original video is uploaded at 720p, so that's what we're working with here, and you just wouldn't see it. Satellites are not that big, to the point where you would be able to see them hundreds of miles away, potentially thousands. And so my impression is that whatever these objects are, they're large. And they're large enough that despite being at a distance, we can clearly still see them as they're caught moving or drifting through space. So, yeah, this is a very interesting clip, and for many of you who have asked me the same question, which is that, Tyler, how come in space photos or videos we never see stars? Well, here is a perfect example of a video in space where you can clearly see the beautiful universe in the background. And the reason is because the sun is not shining down on the Earth and in the camera. It's a matter of the exposure setting on the camera. So when the sun's out and you're looking at this big bright blue Earth, the camera and the exposure on it are simply unable to pick up the faint stars in the background. However, when the sun is out, and many of you guys will notice this when you're in a downtown city where there's tons of light pollution, you can't really see stars, but you go into a dark field where there's no lights anywhere, you can see the stars beautifully, and it's the same principle here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this very interesting piece of footage. I'll put the link to it down below. And before we go today, a very interesting document has just come into my hands, which very well may prove that there was at least some type of purposeful weather manipulation or modification occurring on and just before Hurricane Harvey. And as you're seeing in this document here, we have what is called a seeding report that was published on August 24th, 2017, just before and as the hurricane was approaching, where it is admitted that they were seeding the clouds in order to instigate a storm. And they did it, you guessed it, over Texas. And they state it here clear as day. As a storm was nudging forward into Reeves County, which provided a small window for seeding opportunity, we took it and fired 2 doses of glaciogenic flares, and then later on it states 1 dosage of seeding took place in this cluster of new shower storm development. Pilot tried to give other showers a fair shot, but Mother Nature was not playing along today. And again, this occurred all in Texas, which, what do you know, looks to be directly in the path of the hurricane that was to come. So we're not saying that this actually started the hurricane. However, as you guys saw in the recent video I published, where it looks to be that an object was sent up into the atmosphere, which then caused this massive cluster of storm clouds to suddenly appear, no doubt making the hurricane more powerful. Well, it just so happens that that occurred very close to Reeves County, where this seeding took place. So, apart from the conspiracy theories, what we do know is that they were seeding the clouds and trying to instigate storms just before the hurricane. Take of that and make of that what you will. I'm just showing you what has come into my hands and what other channels have posted on. The source of the document was first leaked by a group on Facebook called the Goldfish Report. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly the source of this, but I've looked at weather modification reports in the past, and they look very similar to this. And we're not necessarily saying there was something nefarious going on, but could this seeding, either intentionally or even unintentionally, influenced the hurricane and made it more powerful? We just don't know, but I wanted to bring it to your guys' attention, so let me know what you think about that, and stay tuned, because I've got another video in the works as we speak, something really special. So stay tuned for that. I'll have it up later tonight, and we only have a few hours left in the 3 contests where you can win your own Secureteam shirt and autograph sticker. I'll put the links down below, and then later tonight I will start drawing randomly the winners of the shirts and the stickers. 10 people will win a shirt, 20 people will win a sticker, and the winner of the art submission contest will win both. So I'll announce the winner soon. Stay tuned, stay safe, and I'll see you guys back soon.